jacket and win the championship, taking Györgydeák in his victory.
Györgydeák Soldek is our referee, main referee for this event, the men's singles gold medal match. Let's welcome the competitors. And here he is, 32 victories and just 9 defeats this year in all in singles in his career. An astonishing record, 170 wins and just 15 losses. Györgydeák looking for career singles title number 18. Someone who's already got 18 singles title in his career is Blázsovics. Older, a little more experienced, 29 years of age and world ranked number 2. Ladies and gentlemen, techers everywhere, I give you the 2 best male players on the planet in singles right now. James, it doesn't come much bigger than this in a singles tournament. Obviously the ranking points are absolutely crucial. Blázsovics would love to get back to the #1 ranking this year, but Györgydeák probably starts favourite by virtue of his recent successes. So a minute warm-up time before the action starts proper. Blázsovics this year has slightly better in all competitions, but is more of a doubles expert as well. Györgydeák has become the standout figure in singles. Blázsovics 33 and 6 in 2023 so far. Both had a bit of a scare on their way to the finals. Indeed, in the round of 32, Györgydeák slipped up in the first set against Boldizar Levic of Hungary, but came through in 3 and has not dropped a set since then. Has almost the perfect style for singles. And Blázsovics, a great all-round game. Big hitter when needed as well, vastly experienced, and he lost a set to his compatriot Martin Cirekli in the semi-final, and it was the most nail-biting match of all the first 3 days of this competition, I think, when he won 13-11 in the decider. Representing the Phoenix Club, Blázsovics, and for Györgydeák representing a nation really as well, Romania. They have 2 chances of a goal today, and for Apple, he will start the favourite. What are you expecting here then, James?
Well, it's a really tight battle this between these 2 players. I think, as mentioned, Györgydeák is the favourite going into this, but who would have thought that a couple of years ago with Blázsovics absolutely dominating the sport? It is a who's who of men's singles, and I can't wait to see how this one pans out, Tim.
Well, first thing you'll notice if you just watch the women's for the first time is the power is up massively, and immediately the strong serve and the strong smash to follow and win the point for the Hungarian. Super technique, great slow motion pictures. Our cameramen and women do a fantastic job.
Blázsovics starting strong here.
What a mistake though from the Hungarian. So Györgydeák gets off the board, and Blázsovics will know the form that his opponent is in, that he has to make the most of serves. We talk about the batch of 4 and try to win your serve, and he's done that with a service winner that takes him to 3-1 after the opening 4.
Talking to Blázsovics before this match started, he said he woke up feeling good today. He feels he can bring his A game, and you can see he's looking very, very good, it must be said, in these opening stages.
He's actually unbeaten in singles this year, which is something that Györgydeák cannot say. Blázsovics setting himself up. It's good defence off the chest, almost the shoulder, and kept himself in the rally really well there, Györgydeák, having to go with the head, both of them. And now the chance of a little dink. It's a short harvester, and it's an excellent point for Györgydeák, who saw his opponent a good 6 metres off the table.
Well, Blázsovics could be having a good day, but Györgydeák seems to always have good days. But he has beaten Györgydeák before by very narrowest of margins, and goes into this match confident, Blázsovics.
We had a huge entrance list for this tournament, and we're down from over 100 competitors to the final 2, and Györgydeák smash pushes Blázsovics back. He can't control on his left foot, and He was almost out of the arena, and then in the end the ball did go out of the arena. Another point chalked up for the server, who started this set of 4, 1-3 down, and has now tied it up. A little harvester there of his own from Blázsovics, sneaky and clever. Maintains having not gone behind so far in this men's singles final. Györgydeák, a good serve, well controlled though, sets himself up, goes with the header. The powerful sniper header is good enough, and after losing the first 2, he takes the next 2 and keeps ahead in this final in the early stages, 5-3.
Change of service, Team in White to
So the change of serve comes in and Blázsovics takes that advantage. 4-time world champion is looking good here.
Certainly is. Györgydeák, just 23 years of age, 6 years younger, has
service.
burst onto the scene more in the last 2 years especially. Second serve still looked like a first serve, didn't it? The power and the trajectory, and the mistake from Györgydeák, who can't find the table with a little stab. Tried to change the direction, seeing that Blázsovics was way over to the left as he looked, but made the mistake that gives Blázsovics a healthy 3-point lead here.
Out.
Yeah, Blázsovics has got a real spring in his step today.
Second service.
Working out whether or not his career going forward
Double
is
fault. Point to Team in Yellow.
worth looking into maybe entering the mixed doubles as well as men's doubles, but if he wins this competition in singles, it'll certainly give him food for thought.
Yeah, only allowed to enter 2 of the categories. So decisions have to be made, and sometimes new partnerships are formed, and sometimes you're just better on your own. It's probably what's going through Adam's mind right now. But Györgydeák might have been a hand.
Point to Team in Yellow.
Didn't matter anyway, still couldn't control it. And a good point for Györgydeák to stay in touch himself.
Yeah, great smash that from Györgydeák, and Blázsovics is there, but it's just too powerful. This is a really interesting first set here. They are exchanging blows.
Foul.
First service miss. Blázsovics, the narrowest of leads now. Will he have the guts to go for another first serve type on his second serve? Miss this one and the point's given away. Does miss it. Captain's fault, double fault. We're tied at 6s after 3 service sections.
Well, you do see a few captain's faults creep into the Blázsovics game. He's so aggressive on those serves. Came at a time of the match where he can get away with it.
Well, yeah, but had he not served 2 of those, one very early, he'd still have a lead, but that's his game, and it's repeated and given straight back. It's almost like Christmas here.
It's a nervy part of this match as they fight for supremacy in this opening set.
Out.
3 faults in a row now for Györgydeák.
Second service.
To stick to your guns, know what you believe in. He did do that, but still the chance of a smash, beautifully directed with the left foot from Adam Blázsovics. Györgydeák was trying to cover the cross table, but in the end he expertly guided it down the line.
Well, he just found the gap, didn't he? Györgydeák had to move to the left to cover that option. That's an open goal. Blázsovics who took it.
Looking for a 3-point lead now. Györgydeák knows how important this one is. It's great chest work, then the knee and the head to put it on the table. Györgydeák still has the advantage, goes for the sniper header, it's a winner. Didn't cross the halfway line crucially and gets the point and keeps in touch, just 1 in it.
Brilliant Teqball from both players there, covering the angles. And in the end, Györgydeák, as Tim mentioned, sniping the ball home.
There is a chance of appeal if you want. You can challenge a ruling once. Blázsovics keeps it alive. Very good stuff, and Györgydeák can't control the second one. Blázsovics showing real class there. And as we change serve again, still the Hungarian has not been behind in this final and leads 9-7. 3 out of 4 here will give him the first set in the men's final.
Out.
The Phoenix Teqball goes long with his first serve. 18 singles titles in his career thus far. Looking for number 90.
Fault. Double fault.
Third captain's fault. How crucial will that be for Adam Blázsovics? The gap narrows to 1.
First service.
Served a double fault in each of his service 4s. And now he's done exactly what Györgydeák did in the last service 4.
Second service.
3 in a row miss. This one safe. It's
double
it's not.
Point to Team in Yellow.
Thought it had just touched the table, but 2 double faults in succession, 4 captain's faults in total. Ties up at 9-9, we're going the distance.
My goodness me, pressure.
Now Györgydeák set himself up for the slow smash.
Out.
It's not hit the table.
Well,
they all waited for the decision of the umpire, and the referee said no.
We're just seeing an exchange of errors here from both players. Neither one wants to take it at this point.
Yeah, hit
Hold your nerve and you're going to win this first set.
Yeah, the replay was conclusive, wasn't it?
Foul.
Would have seen a challenge coming there from Blázsovics, no doubt, had that have been called, but you can see the beads of sweat
Second
pouring off his
service.
face. This is a tough first set for both players.
Second serve on the last of his 4. Györgydeák controls it, setting himself up nicely, and that's a super smash and attempt to control it for Blázsovics, but he simply ran out of space, and it's 10-10. Are we going to a sudden death point at 11 all, James?
Well, it
Change
looks
of
that way at the
service,
moment,
Timiero to
doesn't it?
serve.
We're still on the Györgydeák serve, and how much are those captain's faults going to play on the mind of Blázsovics?
First service.
10 all.
Still a lot to play for.
Györgydeák goes
Out.
long. If he can sneak this set, it really will
Second
be a
service.
massive blow to Blázsovics, who hasn't been behind in the set yet. Blázsovics has a chance now to set himself up, goes for the sniper, it's a good header. Oh, an ambitious attempt. I think he knew it had caught his body already when it was on its way up, so that would have been 2 touches, so he had to try the almost impossible from back there, and it's set point for Adam Blázsovics. Just wondering whether they should be wiping the table, but can't find a cloth between them.
Well, this almost acts like a bit of a timeout, doesn't it?
It does.
How's your bottle?
Blázsovics has not been behind, remember, in the entire
Set
set.
point
6-6,
40
9-9,
First
10,
service.
10. And now, set point at 11-10 to Blázsovics, who gets a half smash in, but Györgydeák's looking good, dinks it over, little harvester wins the point. Blázsovics ended up on the table, but at the second bounce, and it is a sudden death point. What a way to start the men's final. Whoever takes this wins it. You don't need to win it by 2 till the final set.
What drama.
Györgydeák looking to sneak it with an ace. And poor Györgydeák didn't lead in the entire set until it mattered. It's 12-11, first set Romania.
First
Wow,
set, won by
brilliant
Timiero.
from Györgydeák.
1 minute break.
Who goes over and high-fives his opponent. You can see just how much that means to the Romanian. And drama right up until the very last point. You have to feel for Blázsovics, who didn't do too much wrong, but those captain's fault ultimately costing him there. But in the end, wow, Györgydeák takes the set, and with it takes momentum.
Yeah, 4 double faults to 1 were crucial in the end. When Blázsovics had the early advantage, he was leading 5-3, 9-7. Never got to a lead of 3, I don't think, from memory. But it was Györgydeák who just kept pipping and picking away at the lead. There are your stats from the opening set. What a nail bite. We're in Madrid, you're watching finals day, finals afternoon in the European Teqball Tour in the Spanish capital. Fantastic setting here in the Polideportivo Municipal Győr.
First service.
First set went to the Romanian, Apple Györgydeák, who's serving first in the yellow jersey. It's a good serve, but Blázsovics with an excellent smash. Somehow Györgydeák's defence is immaculate. Another chance, can't use the same foot. Does well again. Györgydeák on the back foot, and then does his side ball or edge.
The aggression, you can hear the power as the ball hammers off the table. And that's a spicy start to the second set. Blázsovics is really going to have to dig deep and put the disappointment of narrowly losing that first set behind him.
First service.
Yeah, didn't quite touch the edge, or enough of it there, hit the side. It's a good serve. Over to Blázovic's right this time, and the little-headed harvester attempt comes back off the Perspex net and gives the point to Györgydeák for Romania.
First service.
It's a good
Point
serve.
to Timiero.
Always nice then to get a winning serve. Györgydeák beat Balázs Katz in the semi-final, 12-8, 12-7. Kac himself
First
did
service.
get a medal, beating Teqball, another Hungarian, in the third place playoff
Point to Timiero.
earlier. Well, a good end to the 4 serves for Györgydeák. Remember, he wasn't in front at all in the first set until the sudden
First
death point.
service.
So Blázsovics under pressure here, 1-3.
Yeah, well, given that Blázsovics has got a history with double faults, captain's faults in this final, he's going to really have to get out of his head. You can see his body
Second
language
service.
has changed. There's such a spring in his step in that first set. Györgydeák looks pumped.
Oh, a little feint there from Blázsovics. Didn't need the third touch, decided not to use it. Might have gone over halfway had he done it. Now sets himself up for the left-footed smash into the knee of Györgydeák. Györgydeák complaining to the referee, not sure about what. No challenge being issued. It's nowhere near the halfway line for me. Might have looked different on the angle for Györgydeák.
First service.
The best view there on your TV screen.
Fold.
Hammers the ball into net with that first serve. He's really putting everything into those serves. Blázsovics, I do worry
Second
about
service.
whether or not that opens him up to more captain's faults.
Fold. Double fold. Point to team in yellow.
I hate to apply the commentator's curse, but you felt that that potentially is always going to come with so much power in that second serve. There's a lot of something he's going to have to work on, I think.
I do wonder when he makes so many. I mean, everyone's expecting that second serve to be like the first
Second
serve. And
service.
if he just, he's changed it now.
Plays it safe, doesn't he?
Yeah, it just keeps your opponent guessing. And a lovely little dink over the net, little harvest, a little chip with the instep. And it's a super point technically. The smashes look all well and good.
Look
but
at
that was-
Györgydeák bouncing around at the back there.
Fold.
Yeah, you have to say the body language says it all at the moment now. Blázsovics.
He looks like a man defeated, doesn't he? I'm not saying it too loud because he's just in
Not
front
too
of
far
us.
away
but-
from you,
Yeah, I
Jason. He's
know.
a bit bigger than you. It's a good serve this time, and it looks like it might be over halfway. No, there's no signal from the referees. Effort from the back of the court, way behind the service line, was always going to be ambitious and difficult, but he'd already used up 2 of the touches, and Györgydeák running away with it now a little. 6-2. Yeah, it might have been worth a challenge, you know, James.
It's close, wasn't it?
I think he was over.
First service.
Dead in line.
Györgydeák carrying that momentum forward. Great smash from Blázsovics.
Blázsovics needs to take 2 at least, preferably 3 on the serves. Use of the arm by the
Yeah,
look
I
of
think
it.
so.
It has been
Referee's
called by the
called it,
referee.
yeah.
Point to team in white.
The referee this side saw it first, had the better angle, sat next to us, or stood next to us. Györgydeák might have thought he got away with that one, so he loses the first on serve.
First
Blázsovics
service.
has hope. Just tie it up to 2 or maybe 1 point if he can get the next couple. It's a good start, controls a difficult serve. Oh, but he's made an uncharacteristic mistake with the soft header. A little harvester didn't work, bounced back off the net. 4 points is the gap again.
First service.
Györgydeák
Fold.
serve into the net then, but very much
Second
on the upward
service.
swing.
Blázsovics facing his first defeat in singles this year in Teqball, but with a left-footed smash, keeps his hopes alive. Great skills from Györgydeák, who's on the floor here and just decided to take a third touch there. I thought that Blázsovics might just try and get it back early, seeing his opponent down on the floor. It's a great rally. Here we go again. Hungarian with the left foot in on the end of the table, but not the edge. It is the point to Blázsovics. Clenches his fist and says, I'm still alive in this one. Bring it on.
Crucial point for Blázsovics to win. Gets himself in a really good position out wide. Uses that powerful left foot to
First
sweep the ball
service.
home.
7-4. Good serve. Again, Blázsovics does really well to control it, but then makes a mess up with the punchline. Sucker punch. 8-4 as service changes over.
Timeout.
Yeah,
Team in
Blázsovics
white.
got himself in a great position once again there, but was just a little bit overly aggressive as the timeout is called by the Hungarian coach.
Yeah, and it was needed. It was definitely needed. Apple Györgydeák controlling this one at the moment, and some words being tried to instill of confidence into the Phoenix player, the Teqball, who's been around so long at the top of this sport, challenged now by all the newcomers, including the man in the opposite corner who bided his time. You know, this arena that we're in here is more used to hosting athletics, one of the main stop-off points for the World Indoor Athletics, and stage many a big championship here. And like a good long-distance runner, Apple Györgydeák just tucked in that first set and bided his time, and then struck with a devastating break towards the end. And he's been the front runner in this second set. So far, things could change quickly in Teqball though, but a 4-point gap to make up against the world number one. It's almost like half a marathon.
You got any more of those running analogies, or have you used them all at once there, Tim?
Talk about the steeplechase later. Didn't realise actually when I was walking around earlier just how big the banking is on the corners.
Out.
On indoor tracks. So Blázsovics
Second service.
with 4 serves to come, but on the second serve here, and it's a second captain's fault of this set. 4 in the first, remember.
Yeah, I mean, that will be the story of where this match slipped away from Blázsovics. The first set was so crucial. The frustration now creeping into every part of this game.
Yeah, he talked about it being a psychological blow, being ahead in the entire set, never behind until 11-all.
Second service.
His coach getting the phone out there to video his service, I think. Done better on that one. Surely not from there, Apple. Györgydeák, no.
Point to team in wide.
Does well to get out of the way there. Blázsovics is never defeated. Let's just put some context onto everything this man has achieved. The most world championships for any Teqball athlete.
First service.
4 times world champion.
Out.
Mistake there, and he'd taken something off that first serve on that time, didn't give it everything. So now the pressure again must be running through his head, the number of double faults, but he did really well. Low trajectory, made it awkward for his opponent, who's used his foot as well. And Blázsovics gets in a good smash. Györgydeák on the defensive, goes to the chest this time, still has the head to come, can revert as well to the smash if needed. Little harvester, oh, it's brilliant for oh no, Györgydeák thought he'd won it. Will he challenge?
I think repeat touch was called. We'll see on the replay what. Maybe it's a little bit of contact with the table. Yeah, table touch, I think, was the call. Blázsovics was quick to question it. We'll get another replay here.
First service.
Always hard to see from that angle. The point does go the way of Blázsovics, and that's made a big difference.
Oh, and he's just got that in before crossing the halfway line, but it's an edge ball, so all sorts could have happened there if he'd not caught up with it and gone over the halfway line. He'd lost the point.
Well, Blázsovics is digging his nails in deep here and clinging on with every bit of strength he has. That was very, very tight. Blázsovics said, no, it's an edge ball. I'm not even going for that.
6-9, good serve. Györgydeák controls it well. Header doesn't really put Blázsovics on the back foot, but he makes a mistake there. It evaded him. Is that going to be over halfway? It's over halfway, I think.
Point to team in wide.
It is a penalty for an illegal attack, and Blázsovics gets away with it. Another point clawed back from 8-4 to 9-7 as serve changes over here. But Györgydeák has the advantage of the power serve now. He needs 3 to win.
He swept it away, didn't he? And you feel actually took more space than he needed there.
Oh, Györgydeák just about keeping that one in play from the smash from Blázsovics. Can't find the table from the back of the court though. Nearly crossed over the halfway line, but again, just managed to keep it the right side, and there's now only 1 point in it. 9-8.
Györgydeák was in all sorts of trouble then, wasn't he, as he tried to claw the point back. Just the pure strength from that smash of Blázsovics made it impossible for Györgydeák to get it back. Now 4 points in a row for Blázsovics. He's seen down and out. Oh, nearly a captain's fault.
Only made one so far. It was about this time in the opening set. Getting to the business end of the match now. Blázsovics wants the third set. Györgydeák wants to kill it in 2. Set up here for Blázsovics. Gets a smash in, low trajectory. How's he going to get this one back with the chest? Yes, it's on. Well played, but Blázsovics still in control of the rally. Goes across the table with the acute effort. And then the smash from Györgydeák. Super defense with 1-2. How far with the chest? Can't quite make it. It's a fabulous point, and it puts Györgydeák, the world champ, within 2 points of another singles title.
Point of the match, without a doubt there. Players exchanging smashes. You'll see on the replay here, Györgydeák does fantastically well to reverse the ball back from behind him and then chest it back into play. The return there from Blázsovics was always going wide.
Györgydeák stops the rock after losing 4 points in a row. Has a lead of 2, 10-8, 2 for victory. First serve is long.
Second service.
23-year-old from Romania, giving the old master a real run for his money here, and
Point to
The
Team
old
White.
master's not defeated yet. He gets back within one again, and is it his turn to make his run and time it to perfection here? Has Györgydeák gone too early in this set? 10-9, was hoping to win it with these four. Defense from the serve. Oh, but the left-footed smash. First mistake he's made in a long time, but that could be crucial because now we have match points, although Blázsovics has served. It's 11-9.
Blázsovics with a rush of blood to the head there. We've seen that a couple of times before this match. Gets himself in a good position, but
Match
now
point for Team
serving
Yellow.
match
First
point down.
service.
9-11, first serve is good. That's a relief. And Little Harvester, it's good enough!
Out.
Blázsovics
Point to
stabs
Team
but can't get it back
Yellow.
on the
Next one by
table.
Team Yellow.
And the two old friends embrace warmly. But once again, the gold medal, the title in singles to Györgydeák, 12-11, 12-9.
Sealed with a kiss by Györgydeák, who goes over to his coach. He's done it in style, in straight sets against one of the most successful Teqball players of all time. Two world champions up against each other. Györgydeák takes the crown. And he's had to get past one of the game's greats to win here in Madrid. Well played.
Yeah, fabulous from Györgydeák. He made fewer errors. We talked to the women's game about that, but he also had some super defence throughout what was a pulsating match. Just a pity from your point of view, from the audience's point of view here, that he didn't get to a third set. But in the end, another victory, another championship, another gold medal. Let's have a look at the stats. Late unforced errors from Györgydeák, but the 6 from Blázsovics doesn't include the 6 double faults as well. So when you add those on, you see the one who made fewer errors wins.
So once again, we go straight into the medal ceremony.
Hungarian ambassador for Hungary and Spain to present the medals and the awards. And so a fine effort from Blázsovics, but wasn't to be a 19th career singles title. Instead, Györgydeák joins in on 18 career singles titles. Lost just a one set all week coming into this one. That was in the semi-final yesterday. But then, with the first set seemingly at his mercy, he couldn't seal it out. And Györgydeák was not to be repelled from that moment onwards.
And the winner, the gold medalist of the Teqball Tour in Madrid in men's single category is for Györgydeák.
So Györgydeák will get the gold medal and the trophy. I think the Hungarian ambassador forgot she had to present the medal for a little while there, but prompted to do so. The shake of hands with a winner, with a champion. And it is